Wing Commander Praful Bakshi is joining us right now. Let's go to Wing Commander Praful Bakshi. We would like to understand from you if you could put things in perspective for us. We know that this seems to be an incident where there seems to be some kind of an issue while the plane was landing. If you could take our viewers through what could have possibly have happened. Wing Commander Praful Bakshi.
Thank you very much. We're very unfortunate. The Haneda airport is a very busy airport. It's very busy from the point of view of Coast Guard flights. So the question is, we must know the details. At what place was Coast Guard? What was the position of the Coast Guard flight? Was he rejoining? Was he coming into land, or had he taken off and the airliner was coming into land? Now this has to be clear so we can tell you exactly where other can go wrong. You see, when the aircraft is coming into land, airliner is coming into land, he is making a longish approach. And the Coast Guard aircraft also probably must have been coming. Now, it depends upon what the ATC, how he was controlling the situation. The Coast Guard plane must have been given a height to, either join or leave or fly, whatever the situation was. And so was the airliner also is given the height. So if airliner has collided, it means Coast Guard aircraft came in its flight. Now, what sort of a collision was it? Did they nip the wing, or they couldn't have been a head-on crash? Otherwise, you would have been talking about the two crashes. So it means the Coast Guard flight has not crashed in it with impact. But some body of the Coast Guard is probably the wing or something, or the wing of this airline must have raised along. But serious enough to cause the damage, as you can see. And that damage, now we have to be more clear as to when he came on fire. Did he catch fire on the approach? Did he catch fire after landing? Was his landing faulty? Probably he landed with one wheel up or something like that. Even those details have to be told, because being an accident investigator, I can tell you exactly then what happens. You can position things accordingly. So we have to get these details first before coming into a conjecture. And ATC is the right person to exactly tell. But I'll tell you, all these accidents which we have been talking of on the television, we never get the version of the ATC. ATC never comes and tells us exactly what happened. So that is where we are waiting for, because, yes, it is a collision, some sort of a collision, not a full impact, but still, after that landing, the aircraft caught fire. And that fire probably has spread, but
right.
I am quite certain that people are safe. You have not reported any deaths into this.
Well, right now we know that the 367 passengers all have been evacuated. That's a big update so far. But speaking of that, we're still waiting for more details to come out on the passengers front. But in this kind of incident, what kind of precautions Wing Commander Praful Bakshi is taken by these airlines to make sure that the passengers remain calm and safe? Because in this situation with so many passengers, 367 passengers, it's very important to keep them safe and to keep them calm.
Exactly. You're right. It's a very, very important point. It all depends on the people to people. I've seen Japanese personally in fire in Delhi on Gopala Towers, where they kept very calm, sat in one corner. If the passengers are of the same nature, the aircrew of the cabin crew wouldn't have had much problem. But sometimes the people also can get into a panic. It can cause more problems, especially during evacuation, especially during landing. But fortunately, nothing has happened. That is a very good sign. But also, I would like to tell you that it is the investigation, when it goes, it will go into sequence of events, minutes, seconds by seconds, as to what was the Coast Guard aircraft told, what height to hold, what was the airline told, who was wrong, was somebody had violated his height rule or violated, like the Chakri Dadri mid-air collision which took place near Delhi. The one aircraft was at fault. So similarly, here we have to find out what sort of thing, or probably the flying control brought them in a wrong direction head on. Was it? Is it? Have been the cases with the aircraft landing and the other aircraft is taking off. So that could have been also the fault of the flying control, but we do not know. So we should not make a comment on that. But I would like to say that these procedures would have to be revised and rechecked and probably reviewed once again. Even the world body must get into this. This should lesson for other airlines or lesson for the other countries. So this has to come out on detail. And when the investigation will be completed, a report will be for the world aviation to read, study, probably make updates. So for till that time, let us hope that things work out. But flight safety procedure on the airline, I think, was quite nice. As you say that 367 passengers on board have all evacuated safely. That probably is something very wonderful, seeing the fire on the aircraft.
Right. All right. Thank you so much for joining us, Wing Commander Praful Bakshi, for joining us here as we keep tracking the story coming in, where Japan Coast Guard has informed that a Japan Airlines plane caught fire on the runway at Haneda Airport, which is very a busy airport, but 367 passengers on board, they all have been evacuated.